All right, now Bob's feet are on the hips, right? He drops the hook, he comes around the corner, he switches to the other side and then brings everything back. We know that right here, if I can get out by pushing a little pressure on the legs to relieve the pressure on my leg and walking away, I'll be okay. But if Bob has a good grip, right, and he's already starting to lock his hands for the heel hook, and I'm trying to put pressure and I can't get away, sometimes I may have to roll with it, right? This only works if Bob can keep my knee still and then move my ankle away. You see, the knee can't pass through, so it isolates everything in the leg from the knee down, and that's why the ankle torque creates this problem for me. But if I can put my own hands down and then roll in the same direction he's starting to turn, as he starts to turn, right, I may just do this, right? Now this is something you have to be extremely careful about, because, let's look at this, right? Obviously if he's holding the heel, and he's got everything locked, and I go this way, I'm hurting my own leg, right? So what you need to do is get the knee out as much as possible. Remember we said if he controls the knee, then he can easily control the ankle and everything in between. So I'd like to get my hands low and my knee low, to try to get my knee even on the ground maybe, like this, right? And then I can start to walk over with the second leg and perhaps come out. Now he can hold on while that happens. Right, he keeps the position, he keeps the hands, and I get my knee down, and we start to go. Right, and then this is how it's going to be. You see tournaments like this sometimes where the guys roll and roll and roll. Right? So the idea is that as you're rolling, he has to adjust his grips or the tension in his legs in order to keep up with the roll. Usually by rolling several consecutive times in a tournament, people end up going out of bounds, and then you're saved, right? In the street, that's not going to happen, because there is no out of bounds. You're going to hit a wall, and that's as far as you can roll. You can't go anymore. Chances that you getting put in a heel hook by somebody who you're in an altercation with on the street are very low, because even though the subculture of submission grappling and Jiu-Jitsu is pretty heavily concentrated, the general population is a very, very small representation of people who actually train. To be fair, the UFC's out there, other fighting elements are out there, and people are actually learning these moves online. And next thing you know, it's the same way kids develop like their own backyard WWF, WWE wrestling moves, and they're killing each other, jumping off flaming picnic tables and everything. You know, people copy what they see. And people watch a lot of TV, and MMA is big right now, so you have to be aware of these things. If you can't get your leg out, right, by walking away, try to get your knee down. Try to get your knee down, and then you're going to roll. And you don't want to roll by throwing yourself over like you would for a forward roll. You want to roll by taking this leg and putting it on the other side, like this. Right now, if I can stop it right here and open up a little pressure and start to push, right, I may be able to undo his grips. Right? Until then, you may just have to roll and roll and roll. Right? If he's underneath here, I may just have to roll and roll and roll and roll and roll until I can end up relieving some of the pressure like this. Okay? So he's using his knees to keep pressure on my knee so that my knee torques down this way. That exposes my foot, which flips up. And then he's going to turn the foot the other way. Right? He's got my knee going this way and the foot going that way. So I first have to get my knee extracted as much as I can. I can't be deep on the knee. The deeper I am here, the harder it is to go. Now if he's going to hold the grip, and I get myself and hopefully my knee to the ground and take my other foot over, you see it starts to unwind a little bit, but he's still there. Right? The problem is the pressure that he keeps on my leg with his legs. So as he starts to go to roll over and finish the lock, you see it forces me to have to roll again, and we just go like this all day. So at a certain point, I've got to put something in between him. One of the things I can do to keep him from rolling is grab the knee. Right now, if he wants to roll over, he can't because I'm holding him back. In the meantime, the free foot becomes like a hand, and I try to just push the grip off until I can extract my foot. Does that make sense? Okay. So back one more time. Here we are. Bob's locked the heel hook. I can't relieve the pressure and walk away because he's hanging on. All right? So as he starts to turn me for the heel hook, if I wait here, I'm going to be stuck. Right? So I'm going to turn with him. As he starts to turn for the submission, I'm going to turn too. And then right here, I can't let him roll anymore, because when he does, that's when he finishes the lock. See, right here, my foot is no longer compromised because the knee is pointing away. The heel and the ankle and the knee are all in the same appropriate position. When the knee turns down, now they're going in opposite directions, and that's not okay. So I'm going to not let him put it back in that bad position. I'm going to keep him here, and then just try to push whatever I can grip-wise off and get my foot back. Right, whatever. Something. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, let's try it.